Here with NSU coach Mike McConathy. Coach, back on the road this week at Houston Baptist on Thursday, Saturday at McNeese. You've kind of had about 48 hours to really think about this past home weekend, wins against UIW and Corpus. Just what is your feeling coming out of this week? It feels like this team has really gained confidence, especially in those late game situations.
Well, I think that first of all, getting a win against Incarnate Word, Coach Cunningham and his team, they did a phenomenal job. We were able to battle in that game and then able to break it open in the last 2 minutes of the game. I thought that was big. I thought we did a good job defensively in adjusting what they were doing because what they did is not anything that we had worked against, because they made in-game changes because of the fact that they didn't have Drew Lutz, I'm sure, and that made a huge difference. But they did an outstanding job, and then to move it forward to play against Texas A&M Corpus Christi with 16-5 coming here. Coach Lutz does an unbelievable job. They execute this, do everything. We did get beat on the boards, but that's the only thing that I really feel bad about. We only had 11 turnovers in the game. They've been forcing 20-plus turnovers a game. So that was a really positive thing. They do a great job, and we did a really good job of being patient and taking what the offense gave us instead of forcing things. So really pleased with that. And there again, it was a we led by as many as 10, and then they come back, cut it to 2 several different times. We're able to make a play, either a defensive stop or get an offensive play to space it back out. So it was an excellent effort. We made big job on the free throw line with 20 for 25. Was very, very important because they were 22 for 25. So, you got to pretty much match them on that situation. But really proud of the guys because they really took coaching. They really encouraged their teammates. They really had the resolve to do the little things. Had a couple stops to where we played the whole clock down, did a great job defensively, and improving and getting better in a lot of areas.
This team, they did some good things on the road in those first 3 conference games, and also in Katy at the tip-off event. Is it just a matter of confidence now that they've been able to do it at home? Now you go back out on the road. I mean, what do you feel like this team has been building toward at this point in the year?
I think the main thing is show up and play, do the things that we've learned to do, that we've been doing all year. But now we've actually realized doing those things and seeing the impact those things had in those games. Houston Baptist beat Texas A&M Corpus Christi at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. They are a very formidable opponent. They are ahead of us in the standings. We're behind them, and we need to go in there trying to get a game back.
And you talked about the fit of this team. 6 newcomers, along with other returners playing much bigger roles this year. We're 22 games in. Where do you feel like the guys are really starting to find their roles at this point in the season? I
just think that it's taken us a little while, and the reason it's taken us a little while is because of the fact that beat down. It sounds like I'm beating a dead horse talking about, but just getting beat in all those games and not being able to find any confidence level to be able to say, hey, I'm doing this right, and that these are results from it. Whereas we were doing it right and then we weren't having positive results. I don't think that they can visually see that or understand that.
A guy like Cedric Garrett, most people want to start, but Cedric Garrett has really flourished coming off the bench. I mean, what has he been able to do that's allowed him to do that?
Well, it's not who starts, it's who finishes. Yeah. And that's one of the biggest things. It's not necessarily who finishes, but who starts. You could look at it 2 different ways. But some guys come in and you can figure out what they've got early. Some guys come in and they give you the shot in the arm. I think Jovan Zelenbaba, as well as Cedric, and I think LT, those gives us 3 guys that can come in and make a different impact on the game. And if you had that, and you have 11 out of we had all but I think 11 guys scored. Yeah. Sean Riley's been coming in, and Sean sat over there and watched for about first 3 months of the season, and he has gone in, got his chance down at Nichols, went in and had 6 rebounds and did a great job, and he's gotten some minutes, and he's very, very important to us. So just being able to figure out who's a starter, who's a finisher, who can make an impact, who can't make an impact.
Robert Hugaz is another guy that's playing with so much more confidence. What has he been able to do in the past couple?
Well, I mean, he made shots against Incarnate Word, and he was 3 for 8 the other night. Had a big back down turnaround from about 8 points. But one of the things that Robert does that it's really hard when he runs, he runs. as hard as he possibly can, and it puts pressure on the defense when he does that. Or defensively, he gets back and he forces somebody a difficult shot over his long 7-foot wingspan that he has around the bucket. So he's really playing with a lot of confidence, and will continue to improve and get better.
You mentioned this is an HBU team that went into Corpus to get a win. Seems like they're a physical bunch. What do you see on film from them?
They can shoot the basketball, have a lot of different shooters. Defensively, they're doing some things that I think better than they've probably done in a long time. Defensively do a great job. I think that Coach does a wonderful job, and it seems like their chemistry is a lot better.
Coach Mike McConathy, thank you very much.